When Nicholas Latifi was announced to be driving for Williams into the 2020 season, it was met with reactions such as, he's just another pay driver, and he'll never be good enough. And whilst he does bring money to the team, he can also drive the car fairly decently too. Let's have a chat about how far he could get in the sport, and why he's not as bad as some people might think. Most racing drivers start karting very early in their lives, maybe at the age of about 7 or 8. Latifi, on the other hand, was fairly late to the party, starting in karts at the age of 13. Bear in mind that he'd be in Formula 1 just 11 years after beginning his journey, which, to be fair, no matter what age you are, is pretty impressive. For context, Max Verstappen, who we all know began his first Formula 1 season at the age of 17, which is 8 years younger than Latifi would, began karting at the age of 4, meaning it took him just a little under 14 years to get to Formula 1. It would be 3 years before Latifi would progress into single-seaters, where he would take part in the 2012 Italian Formula 3 Championship. He would drive for BVM in the first 2 rounds, before switching to JD Motorsport for the other 6 rounds. Latifi would score 3 podiums and a win that year, finishing 7th in the championship, which is not bad. Latifi would then race in a full Formula 3 European Championship season in 2013, but that wouldn't go so well, as he finished 15th in the championship, with his best finish being 5th at the Silverstone and Austria rounds. In 2014 he competed a full season for Prema, with his teammates being Esteban Ocon, Antonio Fuoco and Dennis van der Laar, and once again he would be beaten by his teammates. Well, 2 of them. Van der Laar will finish 14th with Latifi in 10th, but Fuoco and Ocon will fare a bit better, with Fuoco finishing 5th and Ocon winning the championship. This championship also featured someone I just mentioned, Max Verstappen, who would finish 3rd. He would also compete in the final 3 rounds of the Formula Renault 3.5 series, where he took 2nd place in the final race at Jerez. A full season in the series would follow, but his best finish in the season would be in 4th at Spa-Francorchamps, and at the Red Bull Ring he would finish 11th in the standings. By this time, however, Latifi had taken part in 4 rounds of the GP2 series, where he would spend the next few years. In 2016, Latifi would land a full-time drive at Dams in the GP2 series alongside Alex Lynn, and he would remain at Dams for the entirety of his Formula 2 career. His best finish of the season came in the very first race at Barcelona, where he finished in 2nd place. However, he would only manage 3 more points finishes during the season, and he would finish 16th in the championship, 101 points behind teammate Lynn. So not the greatest start, but it was his first full season, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 2017 would prove to be a lot better for Latifi. This time alongside Ollie Rowland, he would score 8 podium finishes and also his first win in single-seater racing since 2012, with victory in the sprint race at Silverstone. He would finish 5th in the championship, but still 13 points behind teammate Rowland, who finished in 3rd. 2018 proved less successful, with Alex Albon his teammate. Latifi would only stand on the podium 3 times, one of which being a win, but teammate Albon will gauge as the outsider in the title battle, along with Lando Norris, an eventual winner, and his future F1 teammate, George Russell. Latifi finished 9th in the standings, 121 points behind 3rd place teammate Albon. During this season, Latifi was also signed to Force India F1 team as their tester reserve driver, and he appeared in 5 FP1 sessions. Along with continuing with Dams in Formula 2 for the 4th season running, Latifi also signed with Williams as their reserve driver for the 2019 F1 season and appeared in 6 FP1 sessions during the year. Meanwhile, he had hit a rich vein of form in F2, winning 3 of the first 5 races, along with another podium as well. By the end of round 3, Latifi was 3 points clear of closest rival Nick de Vries, but a pointless weekend in Monaco saw de Vries close the gap to just 1 point. Latifi would only finish outside the points 2 more times in the year, which was both races in Monza, but at the same time he would only stand on the podium twice more as well. Latifi would ultimately lose out on the title to de Vries, finishing 52 points behind in 2nd place, but there was a small something for him to celebrate, I guess, as he finished 2 places and 10 points ahead of his teammate. Teammate? What the flip is a teammate? His teammate Sergio Sette Camara, the first teammate he'd beaten in a single-seater series since Dennis van der Laar in the 2014 European Formula 3 Championship. But this was the first time he was the lead driver in a team in a championship. So, what have we established about Nicholas Latifi so far? He can be a fast driver on his day, but his day doesn't seem to come very often. He also seems to constantly get beaten by his teammates. So why is this video titled, Why Nicholas Latifi Isn't As Bad As People Think? Surely the question has already been answered. He's pretty bad. Well, not exactly. Let's now move on to his Formula 1 endeavours. After the 2019 F1 season ended, Nicholas Latifi was announced to be replacing Robert Kubica at Williams to partner George Russell for 2020 in what was the worst kept secret in Formula 1. As I said at the beginning, this was met with criticism by some, claiming that he was just another pay driver. But I'm about to say something that some people might find controversial here. With how Latifi has driven in the last season, he's made Robert Kubica in 2019 look more like a pay driver than Latifi is. Because let's face it, Williams only signed Kubica because of the money he brought to the team. Whilst George Russell has outshone both drivers in those 2 seasons, Latifi has certainly been closer to Russell than Kubica ever was. And if it wasn't for George having a race in the Mercedes car, Latifi would have probably beaten him in the championship by virtue of securing more higher finishes. He finished 11th in 3 races. The thing that Latifi did well in 2020 was keep his nose clean. Whilst he didn't produce many amazing overtakes or awe-inspiring driving, he managed to stay mostly out of trouble. He only retired from 3 of the 17 races, 2 of which were not even his fault. Although the other one he kinda just straight up punted Roman Grosjean out to the Turkish Grand Prix. He unfortunately got caught up in the huge safety car restart crash at Mugello, where he got sideswiped by Antonio Giovinazzi's Alfa Romeo, and at Sakhir, his car, well, died. But Latifi wasn't there to just make up the numbers, and he'll get that chance to improve in the 2021 season. What do you think about Nicholas Latifi? Do you think he has the ability to remain in F1 for a while, or is he just another pay driver who doesn't have much talent? Let me know what you think in the comments below. But that is it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you like what you see and you want to see more. And if you don't want to miss a video, hit that little bell next to the subscribe button and you will get a notification whenever I upload. But until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching.